Today's guest, Kathy Goughenour, is the founder of Expert VA and Virtual Expert Training, where she trains and coaches women who want to build their own virtual assistant home-based businesses. Kathy runs her virtual empire from her dream home, which is a tiny home in the middle of Missouri National Forest. She can be found sporting a tiara 98% of the time. And she wears PJs, not gowns. Yes, you got it. PJs and tiaras, because that's the type of kingdom she's ruling. And why not? She knows that when you become a powerful woman, you can make your own rules. We're going to be talking to Kathy right after this quick intro.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Charvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Charvette Mitchell.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard all across the world wide web. Hey, dolls. Hey, Jen. Thank you for stopping by. You know the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence, and we're going to do just that today. Listen, we see some listeners and viewers coming on in. Hello, Tara. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Dr. Kimberly. Yes, PJs and tiaras, all about that life, right? We are glad to have you joining us here on the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. This segment is brought to you by my newest book collaboration called Pour. We are literally in the middle of the pre-order launch. It wraps up in a day or so. So you want to go ahead, jump over to charvette.com, right where you're watching the show, right where you're listening to the show, and place your pre-order so I can put you at the top of the list. I joined 9 of my clients and leaders to put together this book. And listen, I posted on my Facebook page earlier today that some of you have received an invitation to the next level. Some of you haven't been invited to the next level. It's up to you whether you go. And if you are an emerging leader or an emerging small business owner, you want to have Pour in your back pocket as one of the handbooks that takes you to the next level. So check that out at charvette.com. Listen, I'm loving all of the love that we're getting already. Hello, Tracy. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, PJs and tiaras. Someone is witnessing to that. Hey, Carmen, one of my co-authors in Pour. My sister, my blood sister, Kim, is hanging out on Periscope, holding it down over there. Good evening. Hello, Dr. Jackie. Thank you so much. So listen, let's jump right on in to this dynamic interview. I'm going to bring my guest up to the mic right now, Kathy Goughenour. Thank you for joining us.
Charvette, your energy just gets me so wound up. I feel like I could jump out of my skin right now and into your arms.
I love it. Listen, all the love is just pouring on in. Hello, Apostle Kimberly. Good evening. Glad to see everyone that is coming on in. Hey, Tanya Moore, I see you coming on in as well. And so, Kathy, let's chat. The listeners are just coming on in and viewers are coming on in. How did you get into this space really of helping, virtual assistant professionals build their businesses?
Yeah. So first of all, I just want to say congratulations on your new book, Pour. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to be picking me up a copy of that myself. So thanks for talking about that. And I also want to mention anybody who has been invited into a higher level with this woman, you need to jump on it. I interviewed her on my podcast and we were talking about that and about how you had to be invited in. And I'm like, wow, I want to be invited in. So if you've gotten invited in, don't let that opportunity pass you by. No. I will tell you that I invited somebody into one of my upper levels and I just talked with them on Friday and they said they were so disappointed that they didn't act on it because now they can't even be considered again until April. And I'm sure you have things like that too, that if they don't jump on it now, that opportunity is going to pass them by at least for a while. So
absolutely.
You got to take action when that is offered to you.
Yeah.
So let me take a breath here and go back to what you asked me, which was how did I get it started in the VA space?
Awesome.
And hello, Katrina, a VA. That's fabulous. Congratulations. Yeah. So I was a marketing manager for a Fortune 500 company for almost 20 years. And I stopped getting promoted. And I went and asked my boss why. And he told me it's because I laughed and smiled too much.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I decided, after crying and having a little bit of a pity party, I decided I was not going to live with that limitation. And that's when I decided that I was going to, at the age of 40, start my own virtual assistant business. And that was a long time ago. And you can probably tell I'm no longer 40. I'm 63 now. And
Look
I
at
am
you with the
still.
tiara. Do y'all see the tiara? Do you see the tiara?
That's right. And you won't find me without a tiara. I usually forget to even take it off, and I'm running around in the house, and my husband's like, "Are you going to go to bed with the tiara on tonight?" And I'm like, "I might. You never know."
Yeah.
So the surprise, the good surprise for me was that in working as a virtual assistant, I was able to earn as much as I wanted working from home. And I grew a 6-figure business working from the middle of nowhere. And then I began teaching others how to do the same thing. And there's Tanya Moore. She is one of the graduates of my virtual expert program. She's a certified virtual expert. And in fact, she focuses on, one of the things she does is she works with me. And this is one of the hot specialties you can get into right now, is booking people on radio shows and podcasts like this, Charvette.
Yes. Y'all are getting some of the deets. Hey, Tanya Moore, we're glad that you are here. Mutual connections. Thank you so much for helping with this. I love that. And so do you think that people have a misconception that they can make 6 figures or more, certainly, with this virtual assistant business?
Yes, they absolutely do, Charvette, because people think about virtual assistants, both people who are thinking about becoming a virtual assistant and people who are thinking of hiring virtual assistants. They think of them only as an admin. And when they get stuck in that admin trap, then it's about $25 an hour, which isn't bad, but you're not going to earn 6 figures at $25 an hour. So what I teach women how to do is specialize, like Tanya has done by specializing in podcasts. So when you specialize, you can double that hourly rate and more, quite honestly, depending on how much of an expert you become and how big you want to grow your business.
Yes, comedian Wendy Lee, yes. 6 figures. You heard that correct. You heard that right. If you're just popping in, hey, I'm Charvette Mitchell, the host of the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're live here with our amazing guest, Kathy Goughenour. Listen, founder of Expert VA and virtual expert training. 2 different things going on there. So welcome to all those that are coming on in. We see you popping in. All right. So yes, it is actually true. And so I love the idea of specializing. And like you said, you mentioned one of the hottest things is podcasts, because there are tons of people who have podcasts, who have YouTube shows, who have all of these things. And so they need some assistance. What are some of the other hot things that people are hiring virtual assistants for?
Well, you just named another one, which is YouTube marketing, video creation, video editing. That is incredibly hot. In my group alone, I think I have 4 people specializing in that, and they have lots of clients because it is so hot. Another one is writing. If you enjoy writing, whether it's ghostwriting a book, or writing email series, or writing blog posts, or writing video scripts, back to the videos. Anything and everything needs to be written. Think about how much content you have to put out there, Charvette.
Yeah. Tons of content. Always talking about content.
I think I keep 3 writers busy part-time right now, doing email writing, sales page writing, blog post writing, social media. So another hot one is social media marketing. Okay. Yes. So YouTube is actually social media. So what else? LinkedIn marketing specialist. That's hot. Facebook marketing specialist. Instagram marketing specialist, Pinterest marketing specialist. And I'm not suggesting that you be all of those. I'm suggesting you choose one of those and focus on it. And that's how you're going to be able to earn that bigger dollar figure. Just to give you an example, another woman in our group, she specializes in social media, and she earns between $125 and $250 an hour.
Specializing on social media. So I love this. So do you then depart from, when you become a specialist, kind of as we think about even in the doctor space, the general practitioner versus the specialist, do you then alter or change your name? Because I think when people still hear virtual assistant, they don't connect, they might be thinking, I need somebody to write, I need a copywriter. How do you teach and coach people around the titling?
Yeah. So Charvette, you've just hit right on it. And that's why I came up with the term virtual expert, because simply calling yourself a virtual expert doubles your perceived value. Okay. Yeah. A virtual assistant is $25 an hour. A virtual expert is $50 an hour, just to give you an example. And again, the more highly specialized you become, the better you get at your specialization, the more you can charge. I have people that call themselves copywriters, and they're earning $100 an hour. And I have people that call themselves bloggers, and they're earning more like $60 an hour. So yeah, you're right. You want to change that title that you call yourself as you increase your rate.
Awesome. Wonderful. And I know you have a website, and you're hearing people, you're hearing her saying programs and different things of that nature. How can people connect with you so that they can find out some of the programs if they're in this space?
Yeah. So my website is virtualexperttraining.com. And on that page, you're going to see several different free things that you can sign up for to begin learning about this. And one of them, Charvette, at the very top is a free PDF that they can download, the top 5 mistakes that new virtual assistants make and how to avoid them.
All right, grab that if you are in that space. Now, I have a lot of business owners, emerging, all of that listen to this, watch this show. And so one thing that I see that's a mistake on the hiring side, not on so much on the virtual assistant side, but on the hiring side, they think that their virtual assistant, virtual expert will do everything. They need marketing, they need everything. So talk a little bit to those who are thinking, I need I need support. Let's realistically set expectations here.
Okay. So first of all, when you have not hired anybody yet and you're considering it, the answer is hire now. Get somebody in to get them started so that they can help you create SOPs, the standard operating procedures, write them up so that that information is out there and you don't have to create that. You can spend as little as $300 a month and have a virtual assistant work for you. Then as your business grows, if you're already there where you need specialists and multiples of them, then yes, like I have Tanya, who's on here listening today. She's my podcast expert. I have a YouTube. That's Tanya right there. I have a YouTube marketing expert. She does all of my YouTube marketing, everything. If you go to my YouTube channel, everything you see there, she has created for me. Like I said, I have 3 writers. I have a writer that is the copywriter. I have a blogger. And then I have somebody that does my social media writing. So as your business grows, if you want to get the best at the best rate, you want to hire for that area of specialization. Then you don't have to train them anything. They come in already knowing how to do this.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And so, but there are still general roles. If you that kind of traditional, either personal assistant, or talk a little bit about that, there are still those kind of roles if you need that.
So as you noticed, I am the founder of Expert VA and Virtual Expert. So the Expert VA level, that's that more generalist. So they're going to be able to work with you at about the starting between $15 an hour and $25 an hour, and do anything that you need done on the admin level or on the personal assistant level. Okay.
Got it.
So that's what you're looking for with that. And then the virtual expert, and having a hybrid, having a mix of VAs and VEs is really a good way to go, because then you're paying a lower price for those things that are more admin related, more generalist related, and you're paying the higher dollar rate, the higher hourly rate for those specialties.
Got it. All right. This is golden, Kathy. This is golden because I do feel that this is a space for solopreneurs and entrepreneurs who are maybe working full time and building their empire, building their brand on the side.
Yes.
It's like, when do I need support? Do I need somebody full time? So even talk about the out. Do you get somebody full time? Do you get somebody a couple hours?
Okay, so my recommendation, yeah, Charvette, my recommendation is always going to be, and I think you and I agree on this, get somebody in sooner than you think you need them, get them started very part-time, only on an as-needed basis. So for example, the people that I train, I teach them to give you what I call a not to be exceeded monthly budget when they first start with you. So the minimum amount of work that you have to pay them for each month is 0. There's no minimum requirement. And the max you two agree on together. It could be as little as 10 hours a month. Did you hear that? A month. Yeah. So if you're paying them $25 an hour, 10 hours a month, that's $250. Get them in, get them started, get them learning your business, get them helping you, get your SOP set up, get your website set up, whatever it is that you need done, get your marketing going, do your admin work so that you're freed up to do both your job. Sometimes I think jobs are 4-letter words, so I have to, even though it's just 3 letters, I spell it out. Job. That's how I felt about my job, so I had to spell it. And but don't wait, because especially if you have a job and a business, you need a virtual assistant and a virtual expert. You need those people working for you. And Charvette, I have an offer for your listeners, if you don't mind me sharing.
Please share.
Okay. And the price for this is really, really good. It's free. So
free 99.
So anybody listening, free 99. That's right. Anybody that needs or is even thinking about hiring a virtual assistant or a virtual expert, if you will email me, I am happy to have a free VA matchmaking session with you, help you think through what you might need, the specialty you might need, or if you need a generalist or if you need a mix, and what your budget should be, and give you up to 3 referrals to people that would be a good fit for you. And that's free.
What an amazing offer. So yes, what's your email, or if Tanya's here? Listen, I've got people on Periscope. Jeanette is like, me. Listen, so if Tanya, I know you're hanging out over in my Facebook group, if you want to pop up that, or if you want to give out the email.
No, Tanya can give that email. It's
okay,
Kathy at expertvatraining.com. Kathy at expertvatraining.com. Yeah. Tanya, she knows all my stuff. So she knows. By the way, I'm an open book, Charvette. I'll tell you anything.
Tiaras and PJs, what else can there be? Let me capture this question. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I see a couple questions coming in. So LaShawanda Moore, thank you for joining us. Do you have an interview guide to help those choosing the right person? So this offer may help, but also want to give you the opportunity to answer that.
Yeah, I actually do, Charvette, and I will give you a link to that for free that you can share with the group too. I don't have it off the top of my head, and neither does Tanya, but I will give it to Tanya. She'll get it to you, and you can share it with your group. And literally, they can just download it. There's no opt-in or anything.
Wonderful. I will put that link for those that are listening to the podcast. It'll be in the show notes. We'll put it there and we'll have it available for you. So there you have it. Yes. Suppose you want to become a VA or a VE in your company. So let's talk about that. Thank you, Jeanette, for sharing this on Twitter. I see the share.
Yeah. So Kimberly, my company, I teach people how to become a VA or VE. And then, unlike most people who don't do that, I get to see those people as they grow and see how wonderful they are. Like Tanya, I watched her as she her business. And I was like, Tanya, do you by any chance want to do this with me? And she said, yes. And so I hired her. So the only way you can actually work on my team, and again, this is unusual because I teach this, is by going through my training. Now, most people, they don't have the ability to do that. So most people do, you know how most people find the VA to work with? They ask a friend. They post on Facebook and say, I need a VA. And you know what happens then, unfortunately, is you get about 1,000 comments saying, hire me, hire me, hire me. And you don't know how to choose. Yeah. So I highly recommend taking me up on my free offer to do a VA matchmaking session with me, because I'm really good at matching you with people that are going to be a good fit for you. And it's free. Why not?
And there you have it. We've got a couple people that have posted the address there. And one more question, and I'm going to take a break. I see we're loving this. We're loving this. Katrina, do you help VAs match with clients too? So do you do the other way around?
Yeah. So those expert VAs and virtual experts who have gone through my training program, absolutely, they get personal referrals from me. You can ask Tanya; she has gotten personal referrals, but you do have to go through my training program in order to get those personal referrals from me. So don't email me and ask me to refer clients to you. Yeah. The reason I do that is because it is my reputation on the line, and Absolutely. I only know how good you are and who you're going to be a good fit for when you have gone through my training program. You don't have to even have, completed the training program or anything like that before you get referrals, though, because the minute you come in, you're working with a private coach, and she is helping you figure out what you want to specialize in, who you can work with, and how fast do you want to start getting clients. And we help you do that.
Oh, okay. Great. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to let you hang out in the virtual studio. You might have some lemonade or something to sip on. And then we're going to bring Kathy back. There you go. We're going to bring Kathy back up. I'm loving all of the dialogue and everything. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to be back. Don't you move. Don't go anywhere. Hey girl, hey, welcome. All right. I am inviting you to my signature conference, 5th year pop-up conference. We will be live in Richmond, Virginia. We'll social distance. We've got a big enough ballroom, and I want to see you there. Jump over to heygirlhey.biz. Heygirlhey.biz. All right, let's bring my guests back up. Our time is swiftly rolling by. Listen, shout out to Tara. She's saying this is awesome. A bunch of love in the comments. And so what on the cusp for anyone in this space, this specialist space, this expert space, what's the trajectory? What are we looking forward to?
I'm sorry, ask that again.
So where do you think this is going? do you feel we're in a okay. Are people going to have a whole bunch more VA or experts? What do you think is coming up for people?
Okay, so sorry, it took me a minute to register that one.
That's
okay. I just, you know what? I was rocking to the music and watching that live event. That just went by, and I was getting so into it. So the future, Well, I will tell you the future is here and it is huge. As you can imagine, because of COVID, because of what's been going on, everybody's online. Everybody needs now to work with somebody, an expert who can help them grow their business online. And the virtual experts are just perfect to do that for you because you don't have to figure out what software to use. You don't have to figure out how to use that software. They can do it for you. So in fact, the virtual experts in my program, they have shared with me that they have had their biggest revenue months ever since March. Since March hit, it's just been growing and growing and growing. We were already on an upward trajectory because, a lot of people were coming online, but with the quarantine and the shutdown and everybody having to go online, a lot of those that were hesitating on it said, well, now I have to, and they were able to get online. And in fact, those virtual experts who were working with brick and mortar clients, they reached out to their clients and they said, hey, how are you doing with the pandemic? What's going on with your business? And they said, we've been shut down because, we're brick and mortar. And those virtual experts says, let's have a call. We can help you get online. We can help you make money online. And they've been doing that for their clients also.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. There's that. I love that. I love that. Pouring into customers. And so you had, as we kind of start coming to a close, I don't want to steal all of your time and energy. But as we are doing a lot of virtual things, and I know you've had an amazing virtual conference. So there are business owners, there are those listening, participating, saying, okay, I was doing a conference in person or a summit. Now I want to come online. Any tips that you have found that help?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to share those tips. Thanks for asking for that, Charvette. Wow, look at Katrina taking fast action. I am impressed.
There you go.
I love a fast action taker. She got her ebook and joined the Virtual Experts Facebook group already. Way to go. Well, and I'm going to tell you, anybody who is interested, if you join that Virtual Expert Facebook group, I'm getting ready to make a tremendous offer to everybody in that group to attend my October virtual event that's happening.
Yes.
So I did an event in April and I'm doing another one. I did a virtual event in April and I'm doing another one in October. And Charvette, here is my number one recommendation. The level of energy that you're demonstrating here with the music, and that's what you want to do in a virtual event also, just like you do in a live event. Get people involved and have lunch with them. So have Zoom rooms where you break out for lunch and have one person facilitate each Zoom room and have a conversation going, have a topic for each Zoom room. So even though you're not in person, you still get that environment like you are. And I always like to do some kind of fun contest. So with our October event, for example, we're going to do Saturday night, we're going to do a virtual happy hour and a talent contest.
Wow.
And Tanya, in the April one, we did a costume contest, and Tanya won sexiest outfit.
Okay, Tanya. You holding back on this. All right.
Oh, you should have seen her. Woohoo.
Listen, we got some more love. Julie said the virtual event was awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Julie.
Hey, Julie. Yeah.
Awesome. And so I think that's such great advice because a lot of people are saying, okay, I'm going to do a virtual event. And that looks like a Zoom. And it looks like the Zoom that every other Zoom looks like. So think about different things. Different things to do. If someone wants to attend your October virtual, how do they get connected?
Yeah, and that is on that virtualexperttraining.com. Just scroll down a little bit further past that first free option, and you're going to see 3 options there that you can choose, and one of them is that event. But if you join and it's free, it's just a private Facebook group. If you join there, you're going to save like $300 on the ticket price. So join.
All right.
It's free to join that group.
It's free to join.
And I haven't made that announcement yet, but it's going to be awesome. They're getting a really good discount just for being in that group.
In the community. I love it. Thank you.
I have one more tip. May I give you one more tip on the virtual?
Absolutely.
I know we're close on time.
Oh, you're good. I'm going to honor your time. We can keep on talking the rest of the day.
Oh, cool. I'll never get off. So try to bring as much high touch as you can
Mm-hmm.
on the virtual event. So for example, this time, if you're one of the first people to register for the virtual event, you're going to get mailed a swag box, a box full of swag. And we'll be using what's in the box during the event. So that makes it feel a lot more like you're actually there in person, or at least a little bit of that.
I love that. And my platform builder clients that are here, you all are used to your quarterly boxes, and it's always great when people get them and open them up. So I love that idea of something physical and tangible merging with the virtual. So fabulous. So the last question I have for you, the goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate Kathy.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're not going to be surprised by this, because I'm sure the same thing motivates, inspires you a lot, which are my coaching clients, the people that are in my program, their successes, like Tanya and Julie, who you just saw in here, Julie Tremblay, they are taking fast action, like the women that you see here on your program. They take fast and consistent action. And when I see them doing that, we just had one guy. We have very few guys in our program, but we just had one of the 5 guys that are in our program quit his job after working towards it for 3 years. He quit his job, and he has been celebrating. Last Friday was his last day, and he did a Facebook Live for us for a Friday. He had a bottle of champagne that I had sent him, and he toasted to all of us. And we really had a big time celebrating him. So that's what really keeps me inspired and motivated. And then I have one quote that I like to use, which I think your audience can really relate to, because like you, most of my clients are women, which is, what one woman can do, another can do. So Charvette, what you can do, what I can do, every woman listening to this, they can do it also.
Absolutely. Well said. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I don't know if you're in PJs right now, but we see the tiara. And so you have just...
I actually have a t-shirt on.
Oh, okay.
I had an electrical guy come out to do something in the house. I had to put a bra on and a t-shirt.
Like, what's going on? So we thank you for showing up and pouring into our community, into our listeners and our viewers. And we want you just to have a fabulous rest of your year, and we'll keep our eye out on you.
Yeah. And Charvette, thank you so much for having me on here. I want your whole audience to be watching for the podcast interview that you and I did together, because that's going to be going live, and we'll be promoting that. And you do not want to miss it. Charvette was amazing.
Thank you. And I will share it so you guys will not miss it at all. So thank you so much for stopping by, Kathy. All right. That is a wrap for today's show. Oh my goodness. If you are looking for virtual support, expert specialists, what have you, you got nuggets. If you are the person saying, hey, I am in that space, or I want to be in that space, you got nuggets. So we had something for everyone today. Again, pre-order your copy of Pour, The Secret Effects of Giving and Serving in Business. And you literally just saw the demonstration of that in our interview with Kathy. You can pick that up right at charvette.com. If you're listening to the podcast, it's in the link there is in the show notes, or if you're on the line, just charvette.com will allow you to grab that. Thank you for all those that popped in. Again, Dr. Jackie said, thank you. This is gold. This was gold, right, Dr. Jackie? This was gold. Yes, Kimberly, thank you both for pouring into us. Absolutely. We appreciate it. And ending our quote, Tanya just captured the quote from Kathy. What one woman can do, another can do too. All right, that's it. I think that's a great way to wrap up the show and end us out for tonight. So we're going to see you guys later on the web. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Charvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show.